Virginia and Melanie. Good to see you
nice
again.
Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Business card. Good. How are you?
Have a seat. Thank you.
Did you enjoy your weekend in Gainesville?
Yes, I did.
Good.
It was a really nice time.
Good. Okay. So before we get started and everything, I checked with your assistant and we have 20 minutes today, right?
Yeah, I think 20 minutes sounds right.
Okay. And if you don't mind, do you mind me taking notes at all?
Not at all.
Okay. So like a little background on me is I've been with Salesforce for 2 years, and in the Atlanta area for 6 months, and so I have 43 clients here. That kind of have similar services to y'all and are the same size, and so I just think it'd be a great way to kick off. And
definitely.
Bobby told me a lot about your all's company.
Yes. Oh, great. I'm glad you talked to Bobby.
Yes. So in preparation for our meeting today, Bobby and I just kind of discussed how you guys are looking to go to an all-inclusive CRM system online. I know right now you guys don't use one.
Yes, we don't have one right now, but we're definitely looking for that.
Okay, and so I also met with your branch manager, Taylor Stevens, and Jordan and Kristen on her sales team just to kind of get the feel for the company. And then from them, they just said that the key points they would like in the CRM system is just kind of user-friendly and it would integrate quickly because I know you guys are trying to expand.
Yeah, we definitely want something that's going to be able to integrate quickly, just kind of based on what we're looking for.
Okay, perfect. Well, I put together an agenda today, and so what we're going to go over is out of my 43 clients, I have 10 that kind of provide the same services and they have the same size as you guys. And so we're just going to go over some troubles that I saw in their systems and hopefully that will kind of address some of y'all's.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here are some of the issues that came up several times that seem like the most substantial impact on your business. The first is that your company is growing at an exponential rate, and although Duluth Operating Group currently isn't using the online CRM system, Taylor mentioned that communication between teams is lagging because each territory isn't on a universal system.
Yeah, it's been getting kind of difficult for the teams to just be able to communicate and have all that information that they might need to access at the same time, just because we don't have that one universal system, like you said.
Okay, and then another issue you brought to my attention is that you plan on expanding to Greenville and Savannah, which is really exciting.
Yes.
But your HR is located in Duluth, so that's where it's centralized. And so they just been talking about how the fact that when it comes to the expectations for sales teams, they're kind of all over the board and everything like that.
Yeah, we're just worried about with the HR being headquartered in Duluth, it might be hard for them to outreach to our new expansion, so that's definitely a concern.
And you want the same culture across the board.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last issue I found to be supported across all your sales teams is just the lack of communication with your clients, which presents an issue because you guys are in the business of maintenance for their buildings. Is that correct?
Yeah, we definitely need to work on that, just how to make sure we're able to communicate with our clients and our clients are able to communicate with us whenever they need to.
Okay, so all these issues sound correct to you?
Yes.
Okay, so before we get started, is there anything else that you want to go over?
No, you nailed all of our concerns.
Okay, and then is there anyone else you want in the meeting today?
Oh no, this is great, just us.
Okay, perfect. So I actually created an Excel doc to kind of go over some things.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so let's see here. Okay, so just talking about some of those key issues, Jordan and Kristen mentioned that the communication between the sales team and the Augusta sales team often takes around 2 to 3 emails to get a response back. Were you aware of this issue?
Yes, I know that it's been 2 and 3, and sometimes I've been aware that it can be even more than that, so it's kind of been a definite lag in time. Okay,
and I believe that you guys have 25 sales representatives right now and plan on adding 25 more with those new offices coming into play in 2019. So if this, issue is happening with just 25 sales representatives, don't you see that there could probably be a potential problem adding on 25 more when this hasn't been solved?
Definitely. I didn't really even think about that. That would, because if we're doubling our number of reps, it's only going to be harder for everyone to communicate with that big of a group.
Right. And then just in the fact that this is kind of, upsetting to some of your sales representatives, how would these qualified sales representatives, such as Kristen and Jordan, if they decide to leave Duluth Operating Group, how would that impact your company?
That would definitely have a negative impact because, like I said, we don't have a CRM that we use, and since we don't have a place for all of it to be kind of contained, it would be an issue when that would happen.
Right. Okay. And then Duluth Operating Group brought up the fact that your HR program is centralized in Duluth, and it can just really be difficult to kind of get the synergy of the company the same in all the offices. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've been worried about that for sure. Just the kind of keeping the same culture in our new office and everything with our HR being in Duluth, like we said.
So right now, email and phone is really the only communication that your HR has with these other programs in the other offices, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I see that could be an issue, so we're definitely looking to fix that.
That's okay. So if HR decides to, continue this method of contact, when you add your office in Greenville and Savannah, what are kind of the key issues that you see coming from this?
I think that some of the key issues could be, just like we said, the lack of communication, and since we do only have phone and email as our way for HR to contact them, that's sometimes not as effective as maybe something else. So I could definitely see that being issues.
Okay. And then with companies such as Atlanta Property and Collins Cleaning Company vying for your clients' attention, when you say that being transparent with clients is a really critical part of your business?
Yes, we definitely need to maintain what we already have with our transparency with our clients, and I think that it could be even improved in some areas.
Right. So therefore, I just have a few questions, like if your sales representative forgets or, fails to follow up with the client, because I think right now sometimes they forget and it's weeks later, how does that impact your business?
That definitely has a negative impact, especially with these other companies looking to take our clients' business. And so I think it definitely has a negative impact when people take too much time or even forget to respond. That's pretty bad.
Right. Speaking to Bobby, we were talking about the fact that since it is kind of taking these weeks to follow up and then they're remembering it's really taking time away from, finding new customers and allocating time towards them and, trying to rebuild these relationships with these past customers.
Yes, that definitely is taking away a lot of time, especially if our reps have to go and backtrack and kind of make up for where they were lacking with their communication.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's just take a second to look at this file for cost-wise. Right now, with the 25 sales representatives, the average amount you spend on their salaries is around $4.7 million per year, correct?
Yes, that sounds about right.
Okay, and employees such as Kristen and Jordan, you would say are probably some of your top salespeople in the Duluth area.
They are the stars.
Okay. And so, let's see, a sales team representative, some of your best, 105 clients in just the Duluth office, or are on Kristen and Jordan's sales teams, correct?
Right.
They're catering towards those clients?
That's about right.
Okay, so if this constant lack of communication between territories and teams, continue, would you agree that the company culture is at risk for taking a downturn in Duluth?
I definitely would think so, because if there's not enough communication between the territories and the teams and our reps, then that would just be pretty bad.
Right, and if, the Duluth office their culture plummets, that's your main office, your headquarters, so wouldn't you say that would kind of impact the other offices as well?
Yes, it definitely, that's a really good point. I think it would definitely expand to our other territories. So we're definitely looking to fix that problem.
Right.
With the lack of communication.
Right, especially with expanding to 2 new territories.
Yeah, we don't want to start off on the wrong foot.
Right, and so, the issue I found with other clients of mine, similar to your size, is employees start to, become dissatisfied with how they're being treated just due to the company culture. And so if you were to lose, sales representatives such as Kristen and Jordan, how would that really, impact y'all?
Well, considering that they are definitely 2 of our top reps and the others like them, it would be pretty detrimental to us to lose both of them, thinking of our clients and also thinking of the talent and all the information that they would bring with them if they chose to leave.
Right. You don't want to invest $4.7 million into your sales reps and teach them everything and then leave, correct? Right.
Definitely not. We would not want to lose them, and so we're definitely looking to make sure that we keep up with that.
This also just leads to the second problem we discussed earlier, just with your HR team being, headquartered in Duluth, and really not having that communication. The company seems to be failing in these different territories just on the fact that not everyone seems to be on the same page.
Yeah, we definitely are having issues with people, like you said, being on the same page.
Right. And then let's see. So as the Excel doc says, you've already invested a total of $3.6 billion into your current 4 territories.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Yes, which brings in $48.6 million of revenue a year for you guys.
Right.
And so now that you're trying to expand into these other 2 territories, which will cost $565 million, you know, if your HR really isn't on the same page and the culture is kind of failing, wouldn't you agree that, you know, that's kind of a large sum of money to put at risk?
Yes, that is definitely a large sum of money. I haven't quite put all those numbers together. So yeah, we definitely can't afford to be having any discrepancies with our HR presence with our new territories.
Right. And then as well as just losing current business, like how that would affect your company.
Yeah, that would too.
Right. And so just like the last loss I wanted to go over with you guys is just Duluth Operating Group faces the issue of, you know, the lack of communication we talked about earlier with clients. And I believe I saw that Mainstream and Buckhead Properties seem to be like the biggest clients of y'all's, correct?
Yes, I would say that those are our 2 biggest in our current location.
Right, and just, you know, from surveying the market and everything, what I found from them is that they see other firms receiving constant transparency from their cleaning companies and competitors of yours, such as Atlanta Property and Collins Cleaning Company. And so from speaking with you and Bobby, I believe Buckhead Properties owns a majority of your building services, correct?
Yes, they do own the majority.
Yeah, I think that nets out to $30 million.
That sounds about right.
Okay, and so if they pull businesses from that, from your companies, and then I believe Mainstream owns $21 million, how would that really affect your competitors and also your company?
That would affect our company pretty negatively, and it would also just be better for our competitors, which we don't want. So I'm definitely looking to keep that from happening.
Okay, awesome. So in total, I tallied these all up. I believe that Duluth Operating Group, just, you know, not having a current CRM system, and just through speaking with you guys, you're putting your company at risk of losing a total of $639.3 million a year if these problems aren't addressed.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That is a huge number, and we cannot afford to be losing that just for those reasons. So definitely looking for some solutions.
Yeah. Well, that is the next part that I've kind of set up for you. So I want to go over 3 really great things about Salesforce that you would get in the package.
Okay.
Now just kind of looking at salesforce.com, I can show you some benefits that will help you, you know, increase retention rates with your clients and kind of make your employees happier.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So the first Salesforce thing that would address your first issue that we discussed is the dashboard system.
Okay.
So this will constantly update the statistics of sales, closings, and files of your clients and teams.
Oh, wow.
And this dashboard will specifically benefit Duluth Operating Group by allowing teams to identify the information they need from the comfort of their own desks.
Okay.
So, you know, how we talked about how it takes usually 2 to 3 emails between Duluth and Augusta to just get a simple question answered. Yeah. Well, this just eliminates the middleman of email, and it automatically goes onto a filing system that all of them can access at their leisure.
Yes, we're definitely looking for something like that. That looks awesome.
Awesome. And then as your company grows, this will also help maintain the transparency of a small company by contributing to creating a positive relationship between employees, especially, you know, as you get bigger, you want to kind of have that small company feel still.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so Jordan's team and all other teams will no longer have to send those emails. And really, it'll just all be in one system. So it'll be a lot easier.
That would be a huge plus.
Yes, and plus we have those chat systems, so, you know, they can just ping each other and see who's
Instead
online,
of
who's available.
Exchange a ton of emails.
Yeah, not trying to track people down, you know. And then the other benefit of Salesforce that, you know, kind of goes to the second issue we discussed today is the Path Kanban, which will allow your HR team in Duluth to stay in constant contact with the HR teams in all other territories.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this offers a conference call service, which will allow all 6 offices to hold meetings from their own desk. And so it's kind of like a Skype, but for business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then it also will have a personal dashboard just for your HR team, so they don't kind of get jumbled up with the sales team.
Mm-hmm.
And this will offer, them to ask questions to your main HR person in Duluth. And so everyone will be able to see this discussion forum. If they're searching for questions, they don't have to wait till, your HR head is in the office. Maybe it has been discussed previously.
Okay. And so I know we said before that we would have only had like phone calls and emails available for our HR.
Mm-hmm.
So have your other clients seen this service helping them a lot with their HR departments communicating?
Yes, definitely. It kind of helps the synergy. I know a lot of times having companies kind of in different states and everything, it's really hard to make sure that everyone is following the same guidelines and standards. But this really offers a messaging board and dashboard that has all these, pre-asked questions set up.
Right.
HR can go through, reference the page, and so everyone is not getting, maybe kind of a different answer from your HR person.
Okay.
It's already on a system where they can look it up and see, okay, this is how I handle this issue.
Right.
This is the type of person we're hiring, and it really strategically outlines everything that they need to know.
Definitely.
Instead of just waiting, especially if if your HR person ends up leaving and you hire a new person, you want to make sure that they're all coming in at the same standards.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds great.
Yes, and so just through these dashboards, with each of your HR teams, it will not only allow them FaceTime, because over email it can be so bland sometimes, through our Skype systems, but it will also when you're trying to add 2 more territories, it's important that your HR person in Duluth is in constant contact with the one in Greenville.
Yes,
yeah, absolutely. In other clients, we've seen that the company culture has really seemed to increase and get back to normal. And this feature can really help those issues.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then to address your last need is Salesforce can offer a Lightning Experience application.
Okay.
Which will allow more information, symmetry between you and your clients.
Okay.
And so, as going back, addressing those issues that they're seeing their other, your other competitors offering this transparency. This way your clients will have access to their own files and so they'll actually get a breakdown of their files and their account charges, and so
that was really good.
Right, you're not just summing up a number and handing it over to them. They'll actually be able to understand.
They can get in and see what the breakdown is. Okay.
Absolutely, and you'll be able to see these files as well, and so you'll both be able to kind of log in when you're on those sales calls and kind of go over what you did for that month, why these charges look this way, and then plan out the next month.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then so this will satisfy not only Buckhead Properties and Mainstream Company, but will allow your sales representatives to spend more time, solving issues of other clients and, going out and really addressing the fact that they need to bring in more clients and they're not trying to backtrack.
Yes.
And so, let's see. I think that's all that we have for today, though. So I just want to kind of go over costs with you.
Okay.
From speaking with you and Bobby, it seems like you would want to sign up all 126 employees, correct?
Yes, that's what we were looking to do.
Okay, so with Salesforce for the next year, this would amount to $400,200 per year.
Okay.
And just, going back, when comparing this to the $639.3 million you would save addressing these issues.
I was thinking it looked like a big number, but it looks very small compared to that.
Yes, absolutely. You don't ever want to lose customers, and you definitely don't want to lose employees.
Yes.
But would you be willing to close today?
I definitely would. This has looked so great. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you so much for your time.
Sounds great.